Hey, what's up, guys? We're back out on the dirty side of the rod shop, out here where I'm building the silly swamp cat boat. I'll get that thing finished eventually, maybe. But the last time we were talking about custom cork, we glued them up, put them in these little vices. So now we're going to take them from this to something that looks like this, and will mate up to a reel seat and to a rubberized butt cap. So stick around, we'll get busy on this. All right, first thing we need to do is get them out of our little press we made here. Now this is sometimes can be a challenge to do. This one looks like it's going to be a challenge. The easy way to do this is to thread it off. And this is why we put the Teflon tape here, so the glue wouldn't stick to the threads. Okay, we got one off. That took longer than it should have, but it's off. And you're left with a 1/4 inch diameter hole in the middle of your rear grip. Same thing with the butt grip. I'll take it apart real quick. Finally, everything's freed from the vise. Time for the next step. Now we have our grips free from our makeshift bolt vices that held it together while the glue was setting, and you could go ahead and ream these and put it on the blank and then shape it on your blank. I have a set of mandrels that will that we can put them on and turn them out here. All right, that's going to be a little loose, so we're going to need a little bit of masking tape. Okay, got some tape. I'm just going to wrap a little bit of tape on here so that rear grip sticks onto the mandrel a little better. Okay, that's on there nice and snug. The rear is on there. It's a little loose. Put a little tape on this too. Now I could do this with my lathe tools because I have some basic lathe tools, but not everybody does. So I'm going to do this with just sandpaper and some sanding cloth and a fingernail file. Alright, so let's get it chucked up in a power wrapper. Now, you will run into a problem. This will not bite down in this chuck, but these stainless power wrappers have these points to them that will bite down on even the smaller diameter. We're going to chuck this down here, get it centered good, tighten it up, and slide this down a little bit. Okay, check it. Spins. Okay, perfect. Now we're all chucked up and we're ready to start shaping. Before you start shaping, you're probably going to need an idea of how you want it to look. So what I've done is I brought out, this is just a wind grip, as a pattern that I'm going to lay out how I want my grip to look when we're done. This one is going to be a little longer, but we're going to go ahead and mark where the tenon is going to be to go in the reel seat. I think I'm going to build it this way. So we want the tenon right there. I've got a good mark. And then we're going to want a tenon for this rubberized butt cap to go on the butt grip. And that tenon is actually a little long, so we're going to measure. about that deep. So it's about 1 ring deep. We got that marked. The other critical measurement is the outside diameter before you put the butt grip on. So we're at 0. Let's get 0. So we're going to be looking for 0.895 max on the tenon for the rear grip, and then an overall diameter of about 0.85, and we now have 1.23. Alright, so let's take this down to about a 1.1. That's what I got my caliper set at. That'd be the outside diameter. I'm going to take that down a bit. So the easiest way to do that, I can do it with lathe tools, but you can also do it with sanding screen. So let's get that a roll. I got some 80 grit sandpaper. Let's see if that takes this down even better. Check it. Yeah, we're getting close. A little bit more to go. That's pretty close right there. All right, now I want to shape this other end down to go down to the blank here. Told you it gets dirty out here. This is why you don't do this in the house. Let's check this other end. That one is 0.85. Got a ways to go to get to that exact profile. Got 0.97 now. Let's take it down a little bit more. For the real seat. It is 0.91. Let's check what this one is. Yeah, that's 0.91. And we need, let's mark it again. Alright, there's our tenon mark. Now you can do this a couple different ways. I like a hard nail file, it's heavy duty grit, and I'm just going to hold it on this line and start cutting it. And it's starting to cut a groove. It's not perfect, but it is cutting a groove. You can also fold. You can use your screen, or you can just fold a piece of sandpaper and do the same thing. Alright, let's check it. What are we going for, 0.91? Not quite there yet. Still a little bit to go. Alright, it's a little snug. We're going to touch it up here. And then I want to harden this edge on the ledge here, so it runs up there tight, just like this one does. So you get a good clean connection between the two. So that should be fine. Let's check it one more time. That clears. .89. Still a little snug. Take it down just a hair more. there. .90, 0.90, 0.89. Still, I'll take it down a little bit. If we have to tighten it up a hair with a tape arbor, we will. Okay, now all I gotta do is hit that with some finer sandpaper to smooth it out. What have I got here? I got some 120 here. There you go, it's beautiful. That burl cork looks great. All right, next thing to do is just tackle the butt grip, and we'll be done. Stick around. Let's check our outside diameter. 1.05. Still got to go down a bit. That is currently at 1.18, so we're down quite a bit. We'll keep grinding on it. Get a fresh piece of sandpaper here. Yeah, we had it flat. Got my sandpaper in there too close. .05, 1.17. Still got a ways to go. There we go. Alright, so now we need to do the tenon, which we decided this was too long. How far did we decide to go in there? Go ahead and mark it. Alright, we've got it roughed down pretty close. We still have to cut this last tenon, and I'm going to cut it the same way I did the tenon for the real seat. So let's start cutting it. Alright, let's see where we're at. As he was. We need a .76. We are now at 0.93. Let's take some of that heavy paper again. .76. Still working on it. 22. 0. Really close now. Another hard edge to work off of. with the hard edge. Oop, went a little far, 0.68. Want my hard edge. Let's hit it with a 120. Eyeballing the shapes here to kind of make them blend together. So it's going to go on the blank. Okay, now we'll just take them out of the wrapper here, unchuck them, pull them off. Maybe. Tape off. There it is, fellas. A custom cork grip that you did yourself. Now, I will probably do a coat of epoxy over the top of these cork grips because cork just does not stand up in Florida, and I'll build these for myself. I'll put that in a build here soon so you can see how I do the epoxy over the cork, but it's not complicated. It is time consuming, but there's a lot of satisfaction when you do something that's this pretty yourself. Coming up next is the Rod Building Basic Series. We're going to start that in about a week, and it's going to be step-by-step, little bitty bite videos of every single individual step it goes into building a rod. Look for that, and as always guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.